It's AV Chung, and this is my explanation for the 3 features I made for my final project for AME 294. So the 3 features I chose were lighting, audio, and speed control. So first, lighting. It's actually lighting / aesthetics, but the aesthetic I chose was cyberpunk because the game is super minimalistic and geometric, so there's not a lot of visuals that can appeal to the audience, and so I'm trying to appeal through color and kind of like the obstacles as well kind of show like the story of like a cyberpunk scene. There's not a lot, it's pretty barren, but that's mostly because of the collectibles. It'd be difficult to collect them if I put too many obstacles in, and the walls are high because I wanted to also match that cyberpunk kind of feel. So I chose this color palettes, and then I adjusted it through this sky material, as well as changing the directional light just to complement the kind of green hue that the game field has, because it's like the complementary color of it. But I figured that it would make the player a little bit more interested in what they're looking at. Okay, so my next feature is going to be the speed control. So I have a speed modifier slider here, and the reason I have this is because I was struggling with playing the tutorial version of the rollerball game because there was a lot of force being applied to the ball, so it was hard to control things like the turns. And so I figured the players might enjoy having free control over the speed instead of having a set speed of 10. So you can change it in the middle of the game as well, and I'll show that off right now as well. This is also another feature of the tall walls, like because you're going so fast, you could easily just fly out of the bounds, but having those walls there prevents that. And you don't even have to stop to change. You just change whenever. But that's the reason I implement the speed one, just because I wanted to optimize player fun by ensuring that they could have the speed they preferred. The last thing I want to talk about is the audio. So I have 2 different audios here, the background music and then an effect audio for the death. So audio is an important part of immersion, of course. Like I was saying with the aesthetics, it kind of keeps the player retention. So, for example, in open world games, kind of like Legends of Zelda or Genshin Impact, we see that when players go into different terrains or different like cultural areas for NPCs, different audios play to match that, so players understand like where they are. Like, if you enter like a Chinese style or like Asian style terrain, like you're gonna hear more music that you typically hear from the East. And so because my game is all pixels and like blocky, I wanted to implement kind of arcade audio or like pixel audio. So this is what I did, and the code was really short. It was like maybe 2 lines. I just had to make the variable here, and then just implement it into the is collision field, just so that when the player died, you could hear the audio. So I'm gonna go through. You can hear this. It's on loop because that's what I set in the audio source, and then when I hit the enemy, the death audio plays, and the background music will stay continuous. But that's my explanation for the 3 features. It was all for just player immersion and ensuring that there was something to keep the player interest. Thank you.